Hi everybody. Thanks for joining me today. It is a beautiful day here in the Northeast, and I hope you're experiencing one as well. What I wanted to talk to you about today is something that is resonating throughout our country, and I really don't know why, but I know it has to change. And it seems to me that people are very angry and they could give two craps about the person next to them. The majority of society, and I don't mean your family or your very close friends, but your human neighbor, whether they are your neighbor or actually your neighbor for 2 seconds as they walk by you in a store. I've always believed little acts of kindness go such a long way, and I don't see that anymore. I know we're in the middle of this Democratic Republican debate, picking a nominee for each party, and even that is an angry process. People are angry, but it seems that there's anger everywhere. And I had an experience about a week or so ago. I had to go to a hospital just to get a outpatient procedure, no big deal. So I was getting ready to leave, and I was tired. And I said to my husband, I said, I can't wait just to get home and put my feet up and relax. So as we're going out of the little cubby area there where they keep you until you're ready to go home, and we were signing paperwork and whatnot, we stumbled across this gentleman who was in the cubby, I don't know, 3 or 4 cubbies down from me. And it was a different department as well. It was if you had to come for like an infusion, for an IV infusion, for chemotherapy, antibiotic, whatever. And he was Hispanic, he was older, he was alone, and he looked very sick. And there was a tray of untouched food with the saran wrap still over it, and he had an IV in. But I looked at the bag of what was hanging and going into his arm, and it was just saline. It wasn't any medication. So he didn't speak English, and I don't speak Spanish. And I asked him, are you okay? Do you need help? Because he looked like he was just in, not just sick, but in such despair. And he said, chemotherapy. I said, you have it already? And we communicated back and forth enough to find out that he didn't have his chemotherapy yet. He had been there since 7 a.m. by an ambulance service because he didn't have anybody to bring him or stay with him. And it was about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I went to the nurse's station, and this happens to be a hospital that I'm not very fond of. They have bollocked me and made mistakes on me that have been life-threatening. However, I just wanted to help this individual or see what I could do. And the nurses just said, well, we haven't gotten to him yet. He's been here since 7 a.m. Poor man looks sick as a dog. Haven't gotten to him. So I had a little bit of pull because there's a patient advocate there that I know very well. She is awesome, and I know she spoke Spanish. So I gave her a call. I asked her if she was busy, and we've known each other for a very long time. Even if we don't see each other for a year, it's as if we just pick up where we left off. So I call her. I say, look, there's someone here that really needs you. She came up within 5 minutes. I explained a little bit. He spoke Spanish. She spoke Spanish. By he, I mean the individual who was sick. And she went out, the advocate, and spoke to the nurse station, and we waited. We waited to make sure he got what he needed. And it was a simple, it's disgusting, but it was a simple thing of the squeaky wheel gets the oil. And if we had not intervened, he might have sat there. And after he spoke to my friend who knew Spanish, she told me a little bit more of this story. There were a few other folks there that he said, please, can you please help me? Please speak to a nurse. I need a nurse. He didn't have a call bell. No one would help him. To me, that is like seeing someone laying in the ground, half dead, they're still alive, and you just step over them and keep it right on going. What is that? How do people sleep at night? I don't get it. I will never get it. And there have been people that have stepped over me many times, but there have been so many angels that have stopped when I've been alone and needed help and said, can I help you? And my help is sometimes a little bit out of the box of what I need, and that it doesn't matter to the person that is stopping. And I think it took maybe a half hour, the whole thing, from us stopping, speaking with him, to him getting his medication. And it was a very small thing. Yes, I was tired. Yes, I wanted to go home, but my home would be there. My couch would be there, and I could spare the time to help this man. So I guess what I want to say today is, whether you're disabled or able-bodied, whether you're rich or whether you're poor, don't just think about yourself, because you're not going to be a very happy person. You have to not only show gratitude and express it for what you get, but you have to give to your fellow human being, or I don't know where we're going to end up. And I think it's time to just stop thinking about ourselves all the time. And there's many people who don't. It seems almost the lesser someone has, the more they give. I don't know if that's true or not, but wherever you can see that you could make a stop, and such a small amount of your time or your energy or your whatever can make such a huge difference in someone else's life. So as you go about your day, as you go about your life, please think of the person next to you. And if you see someone in trouble or hurting, ask if you can help, because you could literally be saving someone's life. Because if someone loses the desire and the willpower to keep getting up and getting those chemotherapy infusions that he needs, we know what the end will be. And people need hope that tomorrow will be a better day, or hope that someone out there cares about them, even, again, if it's a stranger. I will never forget that man, and I don't know his name, but I hope I run into him again if he needs help. So thank you for listening. Please keep that in your mind. Express gratitude. Give back to other people. People need your help. How little you have, people need your help. And I think that needs to be just stressed in society, the way things are right now. So again, thanks for listening. I hope you're having a wonderful day. The sky is blue, the sun is shining, and all is well in my world. And I hope all is well in yours. Excuse me. I will see you very, very soon. Take good care.